So let's just go ahead and read the text of Habakkuk, the second line of argumentation from Habakkuk and God's second response. And I want to read the Hebrew so that way you can just hear what the language sounds like. I use a modern Hebrew pronunciation. Some of you might use a different pronunciation system or taught a different one. There are multiple theories about how biblical Hebrew was pronounced historically in different eras and in different regions of the land of ancient Canaan. But I have used modern Hebrew pronunciation because I learned modern Hebrew first. And there are many people today who use that when engaging with biblical Hebrew. So I'm going to read this line by line. And to make sure we're following along and understanding what's happening, I'm going to read from the translation in front of me, which I have the ESV. And after I'm done translating, we'll dive into some specific insights. So let's go ahead and read Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of chapter 2 in Hebrew and English. Halo ata mikedem Adonai, Elohai kadoshi, lo namut. Adonai lemishpat samto, v'tzur leochiach yesadto. Are you not from everlasting? O Lord my God, my Holy One? We shall not die. O Lord, you have ordained them as a judgment, and you, O rock, have established them for reproof. Tohor einaim mera'ot ra, v'habit el amal lo tuchal. Lama tabit bogdim, tacharish bevala rasha tzadik mimenu. You who are of pure eyes than to see evil, and cannot look at wrong, why do you idly look at traitors, and remain silent when the wicked swallows up the man more righteous than he? Vata'aseh adam kidgei hayam, keremesh lo moshel bo. You make mankind like the fish of the sea, like crawling things that have no ruler. Kulo bechaka he'ala, yigorehu v'chermo, v'yasfehu b'michmarto, al ken yismach v'yagil. He brings all of them up with a hook. He drags them out with his net. He gathers them in his dragnet, so he rejoices and is glad. Al ken yezabeach lechermo, v'kater lemichmarto, ki vahema shamen chelko, uma'achalo bri'ah. Therefore, he sacrifices to his net and makes offerings to his dragnet, for by them he lives in luxury, and his food is rich. Ha'al ken yarik chermo, v'tamid laharog goyim lo yachmol? Is he then to keep on emptying his net and mercilessly killing nations forever? Al mishmarti e'emoda, ve'et yatzva al matzor, ve'atzape lirot ma yedaber bi, uma ashiv al tochachti. I will take my stand at my watchpost and station myself on the tower and look out to see what he will say to me and what I will answer concerning my complaint. Now we're in chapter 2, verse 2, and this is where God's response begins. And I'm going to read through the rest of chapter 2. Vayaneni Adonai, vayomer, ketov chazon, uva'er al haluchot, leman yarutz korevo. And the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. Ki od chazon lamoed, v'yafeach laketz, v'lo yechazev, im yit mahama chake lo, ki vo yavo lo yacher. For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. Hine upla lo yashra nafshabo, v'tzadik be'emunato yichye. Behold, his soul is puffed up. It is not right within him, but the righteous shall live by his faith. V'af ki hayayin boged, gever yahir v'lo yinve, asher hirchiv ki sheol nafsho, v'hu chamavet v'lo yispa, v'yesof elav kol hagoyim, v'yikbotz elav kol ha'amim. Moreover, wine is a traitor, an arrogant man who is never at rest. His greed is as wide as Sheol. Like death, he has never enough. He gathers for himself all nations and collects as his own all peoples. Halo ele chulam alav mashal yisau ומליצה חידות לו? ויאמר, הוי, המרבה לו לו, עד מתי? ומכביד עליו אבטית. Shall not all these take up their taunt against him, with scoffing and riddles for him, and say, woe to him who heaps up what is not his own? For how long? And loads himself with pledges. Halo feta yakumu noshchecha, v'yiktzu miza'azecha, v'ayita limishisot lamo? Will not your debtors suddenly arise, and those awake who will make you tremble? Then you will be spoil for them. Ki ata shalota goim rabim, yishalucha kol yeter amim, midmei adam v'chamas eretz, kirya v'chol yoshveva. Because you have plundered many nations, all the remnant of the peoples shall plunder you, for the blood of man and violence to the earth, to cities and all who dwell in them. Hoi botzea bet zara leveto, lasum b'marom kino, lehinatzel mikaf ra. Woe to him who gets evil gain for his house, to set his nest on high, to be safe from the reach of harm. Ya'atzta boshet levetecha, ketzot amim rabim v'chotei nafshecha. You have devised shame for your house by cutting off many peoples. You have forfeited your life. Ki even mikir tizak, v'chafis me'etz ya'anena. For the stone will cry out from the wall, and the beam from the woodwork respond. Hoi bonei ir bedamim, v'chonen kirya be'avla. Woe to him who builds a town with blood, and founds a city on iniquity. Halo hine me'et Adonai tzvaot, v'yig'u amim b'dei esh, u'le'umim b'dei rik yi'afu? Behold, is it not from the Lord of hosts that peoples labor merely for fire, and nations weary themselves for nothing? Ki timale haaretz ladat et kvod Adonai, kamaim yechasu al yam. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Hoi mashke re'ehu, misapeach chamatcha v'af shaker, leman habit al me'orehem. Woe to him who makes his neighbors drink. You pour out your wrath and make them drunk in order to gaze at their nakedness. Savata kalon mikavod, shte gam ata v'he'arel, tisov alecha, kos yamin Adonai, v'kikalon al kvodecha. You will have your fill of shame instead of glory. Drink yourself and show your uncircumcision. The cup in the Lord's right hand will come around to you, and utter shame will come upon your glory. Ki chamas Levanon yichasecha, v'shod behemot yichitan midmei adam, v'chamas eretz, kirya v'chol yoshveva. The violence done to Lebanon will overwhelm you, as will the destruction of the beasts that terrified them, for the blood of man and violence to the earth, to cities and all who dwell in them. Maho'il pesel, ki fisalo yotzro, masecha umorei shaker, ki vatach yotzer yitzro alav, lasot elilim ilmim. What profit is an idol when its maker has shaped it, a metal image, a teacher of lies? For its maker trusts in his own creation when he makes speechless idols. Woe to him who says to a wooden thing, awake, to a silent stone, arise. Hoi omer la'etz hakitza, uri le'even dumam, hu yore, hinehu, tafus zahav v'chesef, v'chol ruach ein bekirbo. Woe to him who says to a wooden thing, awake, to a silent stone, arise. Can this teach? Behold, it is overlaid with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in it. Vadonai behechal kodsho, has mi panav kol haaretz. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him.